to live streams from the holy city of Karbala. There is something for everyone on Imam Hussein TV, your gateway to Karbala. Sayyid, you ate before the adhan? Do you know if your fast was valid? Brother, you love tattoos, don't you? Is tattoos haram or halal? Uncle, you don't know if it's the third or the last rak'ah? Not sure if you need to repeat it? Abu Talib, it's pork flavor but vegetarian. Is it halal? Sayyid Muhsin, your yearly khums is here again? You don't know how to calculate it, do you? Don't worry, you're not alone. And I'm sure you guys... Can you just turn off the echo, please? Thank you very much. And I'm sure you guys have questions as well. Get the answers you need here on Ahkam SOS. We will be going live every night throughout the holy month of Ramadan, exclusively on Imam Hussein TV 3.
Goes with you, it doesn't stay there, it comes with you, and you're part of a trickle of people just for Imam Hussein. That makes me so humble that I could walk with them.
I am from Iran, best country in the world.
When I missed you so much when I was a grown-up, and I missed you so much in America.
Bye.
Ignite hope and stamp out poverty with Imam Hussein Charity.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear viewers of Imam Hussein TV 3, welcome back to another episode of Ahkam SOS, the show where we discuss various Islamic topics, practices and principles. I am your host Sayyid Musanna Al-Musawi, and I am joined by the one and the only Sheikh Ali. Assalamu alaikum Sheikhna.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
How are you doing Sheikhna?
Alhamdulillah, taqabbalallah siyam.
وصيامك as well. Allah يتقبل. Thank you very much. To all the viewers as well, may Allah accept your prayers and your fasts and your du'as during these holy nights, during this holy month of Ramadan. To send in your questions, just a quick reminder on how to do so. All you need to do is either call in with the number shown below over here, 0203 5150199, or send in your questions over here on the WhatsApp number 0741 50922155, or as a shortcut you can scan the QR code shown over here, or if you're watching on YouTube you can send in your questions in the comment section, and inshallah in all scenarios the Sheikh will answer. Sheikhna, before we do go into any questions, I'd just like to ask you something I've been a bit interested in, something maybe to give us. We are now roughly halfway through the holy month of Ramadan, and some people sometimes they fall off after the first week. Maybe they lessen in the amount of prayers that they do and the du'as and the extra stuff that they do. Is there any du'a or anything that you can give us, any piece of wisdom that you can give us to maybe bring us back to life, maybe bring us back to the same level of prayer that we want to do?
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين. There's a dua nudbah as today is Friday, recited on Friday mornings, a piece of dua from the dua nudbah that we speak to Allah Azza wa Jal. We say, Allahumma anta kashaful kurab wal balwa. Oh Allah, you are verily the reliever from agonies and ordeals. وإليك أستعدي فعندك العدوى. To you do I complain about the transgressions against me, the dhulm against me. For you alone are worthy of receiving. وأنت رب الآخرة والدنيا. And you are alone the Lord of the hereafter and this world. Then we say فأغث يا غياث المستغيثين عبيدك المبتلى. So please aid your agonized, worthless servant, or aid of those who seek aid. You want dua? Dua nudbah. In the early mornings of the Friday mornings. A crucial dua. You remember your Imam al-Zaman Ajjallah Farajah Sharif, the day of the Imam today, Yawm al-Jumu'ah. You remember Sahib al-Zaman Salamullah alayh, and you speak to Allah Azza wa Jal with the agonies, with the atrocities that's happening these days against innocent people in Syria and other parts of the world, in Afghanistan, in Pakistan, Archanar, in Sudan. That's who is there to help them, to aid them. Those massacres, those who've been killed without any sin, without any crime. So we say, فَأَغِثْ يَا غِيَاثَ الْمُسْتَغِيثِينَ عُبَيْدَكَ الْمُبْتَلَى. We go to Allah Azza wa Jal always in such situations, and we ask Allah Azza wa Jal His support and aid. As Allah Azza wa Jal blessed the land of Iraq after maybe over 40 years of atrocities and killings and jail and torture since 1958, the first revolution that took place, till 2003, over 40 years, 50 years. But alhamdulillah, now things somehow, to some extent, are stable. People go to Ziyarat al-Hussein alayhi salam, millions pay respect in the Arba'in Ziyarah. So we want to see this for all countries around the world.
Of course.
To be stable, peaceful, and inshallah we don't see any more atrocities and killings and massacres, inshallah.
Inshallah, inshallah. Thank you very much, Sheikh. Of course, many people, if they would like to show their support, they can to the Shia around the world. They can show their support via donating through the Imam Hussein charity. Sheikhna, before as well, recently, last night, actually, this morning, there was a solar eclipse that happened. Do you have any words that you would like to say on that?
Yes, they are called the signs in which one needs to offer wajib, obligatory prayers. So earthquake, let's say sun, the moon eclipse, for example.
Okay.
In this case, if one sees that there's eclipse, even partial eclipse, one should start to pray within this time given, the timeline between the beginning of the eclipse, the first part that appears, till it leaves, which is an hour or 2 hours, roughly. You have to offer prayers, 2 rak'ah salah, with 5 ruku'. So how do you do it? Is that you make the intention of Salatul Ayat, and then you begin after reciting Surah Al-Hamd. When you come to Surah Al-Tawheed, when you say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, you go to ruku'.
Okay.
And you stand up again. And then you say Qul huwa Allahu ahad, again you go to the ruku'. And to the end of the وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ, that's the 5th ruku', and then you stand up and you go to sujood.
Okay.
And the same applies to the second rak'ah as well. You start with Surah Al-Hamd, and then when it comes to Surah Al-Tawheed, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, you go to the first ruku', you stand up. So for each ayah, you do one ruku'. And at the end, you go to the sujood and you end the salah.
Okay.
And it's wajib to pray.
It's a wajib
if
prayer,
you see
okay.
the sign of the eclipse, you have to pray it within the time given.
Within the time given.
Yeah, yeah.
But what if you didn't? What if you missed on that? Do you pray qada?
If it's a full moon eclipse, yes, you have to pray qada.
Okay.
Not the partial.
Not the partial.
Yeah.
Okay, understood. Understood. Thank you very much. So the viewers, make sure do pray your qada prayers. Also, another quick reminder to the viewers, do send in your questions, any and all Islamic questions before we start asking the Sheikh. To send in your questions, either call in with the number shown below over here, or send in your question in the WhatsApp number shown below over here. Or if you're watching on YouTube, you can send in your questions in the comment section, and inshallah, the Sheikh will answer. Without further ado, Sheikhna, let us begin. From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. I have a question about a hadith in Bahar al-Anwar that says Imam Ali alayhi salam saying he is the one to extract Ibrahim from the fire and cause Musa to cross the sea along with the other.
You see, this is mentioned that Imam alayhi salam, especially Imam Ali alayhi salam, they have, as they call, adwar in their existence. One of the issues that now is raised, for example, that we narrate that when Imam Ali alayhi salam was born in Kaaba and was brought out from the Kaaba after 3 days, when the Prophet ﷺ took him, he opened his eyes in the face of Rasulullah ﷺ, and he recited قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. So Surah Al-Mu'minun, the beginning of it. How Imam Ali alayhi salam, I don't know, 30, 20 years before the Bai'at of Rasulullah ﷺ, he can recite Holy Quran. You see, the Prophet says that I was a prophet when Adam was between the mud and the clay, was in the stage of his creation.
Okay.
That they were already created as anwar. خَلَقَكُمُ اللَّهُ أَنْوَارًا فَجَعَلَكُمْ بِعَرْشِ مُحْدِقِينَ. The first of Allah's creation are Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad. So they were given the knowledge, everything they had it in that alam. So Allah gave them the knowledge when they were created. And then gradually when they came, they took the responsibility of the imamah after the demise of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So they have Allah Azza wa Jal, when He gave to Isa alayhi salam to raise a dead from the grave, or to cure the blind, for example, or to tell, and that's all in the Quran, of course, the ayah. He tells what is in someone's house in terms of what he stores as food and drink and so forth. But Isa says bi'idhnillah, and we say bi'idhnillah. What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it if the Imam can be, because he is now created by Allah Azza wa Jalla as Nur, so he can somehow be in some awalim. As Ahlul Sunnah narrate, with regards to Ali alayhi salam, for some of his positions and his daraja. Aliyun qasimu jannati wan nar. Ali is the divider between the hell and the heaven. Because we have malaika, they do the same thing. They take the bad guys to the hell and the good guys towards the paradise. So they separate people on the day of judgment. So Ali is the master of those malaika. He's given this duty. Why not?
Okay, understood. And Sheikhna, they actually had a follow-up question. Points I wanted to know if this was a metaphorical claim, or is it a literal? Is it in a literal census?
You see, Ahlul Bayt, they have the power and the ability, bi'idhnullah Azza wa Jal, after they were created as first Allah's creation, Nur, as Nur, Anwar. So they can play different roles in different worlds, as now Ahlul Bayt are in the hereafter. And according to many narrations, that when the mu'min dies, he would see them. He would see Ali, Hassan, Hussein, Salamullah al-Majma'in, on his deathbed. So he would see them. We have these narrations that you will see them as a mu'min, you will see them in your grave, in your ihtidar. So they play different roles in these worlds, because they are the best, Allah's chosen creation. So that's why the whole creation and the purpose of the creation is because of them. Without them, Allah wouldn't create no hell, no heaven, nothing at all.
Okay.
So it is with their blessings that Allah created this world and brought humanity and everyone in this world to be tested.
MashaAllah.
To see if
mashallah,
people follow them or they fight them. So it's their
Okay.
choice to make this choice.
Yeah. Of
To
course,
be
we
imma
know that.
shakiran wa imma kafura.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. Of course, us, the Shia, know what the right choice is. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. Moving on from WhatsApp. Am I allowed to break my fast if I am tired?
No, you can't. As long as it's not a severe illness, then you have to keep fasting.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. And from YouTube, Salam alaikum, dear Sheikh. The children of Yusuf alayhi salam killed their own brother who was their father's son. So naturally, they would ask him for forgiveness and maybe to pray to Allah. Is this not istighatha?
I've said this before that they came to their father as a Quranic verse, and Allah did not condemn their act. And instead they said, Ya Abana astaghfir lana, O our father, make istighfar for us. The father Yaqub alayhi salam said, سوف أستغفر لكم ربي. I will ask Allah for forgiveness for you. So this is some kind of wasila, mediation between them and Allah Azza wa Jalla, to have Yaqub, the father, the prophet, the infallible, to be in the middle to make this, because they committed a great sin in terms of abandoning their brother. They wanted to kill, but of course one of the brothers didn't allow them to kill, so they just sold them to some Arab tribe to take him to Egypt, and then of course he became Aziz Masr, and then they met after 40 years. So they came to ask forgiveness from their father. They could have said, Ya Allah, astaghfir lana. Why did they say, Ya Abana astaghfir lana? This is very important. This gives you the true aqeedah of the Quran and Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. Despite those who attack us and they said, you are mushrik. Read your Quran first to see if you have this aqeedah or not.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. And I'm sure you already just answered this, but just so I can ask the question more clearly, is it permissible to ask an imam to directly forgive our sins and grant us children, or should we be clear we are asking them to pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for us so they don't do it directly?
The sons of Yaqub said, Ya Abana istaghfir lana. There's no bi'idhnillah or there's no bihaqqillah, straight from Yaqub, because he is Allah's representative. He is the prophet of Allah. That's it. Follow the Quran. Kitabullah wa itrati ahli bayt. Don't forget this axis of khair and barakah and blessing.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna, for clearing that up for us. And from YouTube, if you sigh on purpose in your salah, is your salah voided?
No, the sahu, in terms of what kind of sahu is this?
Sigh, as in like you yawn or like you, yeah.
Yeah, it should be fine.
It should be
But
fine.
if it's like mistakenly sahwan, as I said, it's called sahu. You speak, let's say, mistakenly without intention, then you have to offer 2 sajda sahu after the salah. So that's how you fix it, in other words. Because you've added inside the salah a couple of words or letters, for example.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. And from WhatsApp, Salam alaikum, Sheikhna.
Assalam.
If I wake up in the morning and there is a stain on my pants, but I am not sure where this came from, and so there is not white liquid releases, do I have to perform ghusl al-janaba? If I have to, based on obligatory precaution, and I have to go to school, so I don't have time, what shall I do?
We can message him privately, inshallah, with this regard, inshallah.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. And from YouTube, what happens if iftar is going to happen, but you had to break your fast for a medical reason? Do you have to redo that day next year?
If it's a medical reason, yes, you must make it up later, after the month of Ramadan, definitely.
Definitely. Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. Thank you very much. Just a quick reminder to our dear viewers, do send in your questions. After all, this show this show specifically and especially during this holy month, the month of learning, and the show of learning and understanding more about our faith. Do send in your questions and understand more about your own faith and your own religion. To send in your questions, all you need to do is either call in with the number shown below over here, or send in your questions with the WhatsApp number shown below over here. Or if you're watching on YouTube, you can send in your questions in the comment section, and inshallah, in all three scenarios, the Sheikh will answer. Sheikhna, moving on. From YouTube, what happens if iftar is going to happen? Oh, apologies. Let me restart. From YouTube, I also want to ask, according to the Shia school of thought, praying non-wajib prayers as jama'ah is haram. But we pray Eid prayers and Friday prayers together. Does that make them wajib?
Because Eid prayers, the original were wajib, originally, with the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, with the Imams Ma'asum alayhi salam.
Okay.
But because now he's in disappearance, in ghaibah, occultation, then we pray it in jama'ah, because originally it's a wajib salah.
Okay.
When the Ma'asum is there, then it's wajib. Otherwise, we're not allowed to pray mustahab prayers in jama'ah at all. Even Salatul Layl, nightly prayer, we cannot pray it in jama'ah. I mean, the mistake that the other sects they fall into is that they pray every night in the month of Ramadan, jama'ah prayer, the mustahab one, of course, and that's wrong.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. And from YouTube, Salaam alaikum, Sheikhna.
Salam.
What if you did see the eclipse because of overcast conditions in your country? What if you didn't see the eclipse because of overcast conditions in your country?
They usually, there's a special team that they would use the telescope or any means to see if there's eclipse. If they announce that there's eclipse, you have to pray. It's not like a hilal or the crescent, that if you don't see it, the people don't see it, then you don't fast tomorrow, for example. No, it's a different issue. It's a phenomenon that happens. Maybe there are clouds, for example, you can't see it, but they will tell you that we can see it clearly. It's basically as the eclipse starts this time to this time, then you must pray Salatul Ayat in this case.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. And from WhatsApp, does discharging pre-cum due to having a lustful conversation with your partner invalidates a fast and doesn't require ghusl?
The pre one, we said no. But if there's ejaculation, of course, you have to.
Okay.
With the lust and
Yeah.
so forth.
Okay, understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. Just a quick reminder to the viewers, do send in your questions. All you need to do is either call in with the number shown below over here, 0203 515 0199, or send in your questions with the WhatsApp number over here, 0741 509 2155, or scan this QR code for a shortcut towards our WhatsApp, which is also where you can send in your questions. Or if you're watching on YouTube, you can send in your questions in the comment section, and inshallah the Sheikh will answer. Sheikhna, moving on from WhatsApp, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Does Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Shirazi allow wilayat al-faqih, and what is his opinion on it?
You see, every faqih, every marja' has some kind of a limited wilaya, limited authority. That's the wilaya means. We have wilaya and we have walaya. Walaya is authority. Wilaya is the love or mahabba. So that's the difference between those two terms. So walayat al-faqih is the authority of the faqih. In some cases, you see, to do with khumus, to do with divorce, they could more hasbiyah. These issues that require somebody, an authority to take over.
Okay.
That, for example, a woman can raise her issue to the marja' and divorce from the husband, for example. That kind of thing that needs to go to the marja' who has the wilaya and the authority. But to be in a let's say, unlimited wilayat al-faqih, of course, the Sayyid refuses such a wilaya, in which you can do whatever you want. You can wage war against another country, or I don't know. No, it has to be within Shari'i limited wilaya, in which to do, as I've said, hisbiyya, as they say.
Okay.
Marriage, divorce, money issues, the wilaya of the child when the parents have passed away, for example. Al-Imam Wali man la wali lah. There's some narrations mentioned with this regard that goes back to the Imam Muslimin, takes care of the Muslim affairs and issues. That kind of thing, but to announce that he is the supreme wali faqih, that's the problem.
Okay, understood. Thank you very much, Shaykhna. And from WhatsApp, I've read that if you are in the state of janaba after Fajr begins, your fast becomes batal. Is this true? And if it is, if you realize that your fast is batal, can you continue with your day and eat and drink, or do you continue the fast?
There are two scenarios. Number one, that somebody becomes mujnib, he has whatever that causes ejaculation before Fajr time, and he did not perform the ghusl before the Fajr adhan intentionally. By the time the Fajr adhan is called, his fast will be invalid.
Okay.
And he must refrain from eating and drinking the whole day. It doesn't mean that he's now free to drink and eat, no. On top of that, he lost the day of fast.
Yeah.
He needs to refrain from eating and drinking.
For the entire day.
Entire day,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
But he needs to make it up later. The second scenario that, no, it happens, let's say what a dream, for example. It happens after Adhan al-Fajr.
Okay.
Or when he wakes up at 8 or 9 after sunrise. There's no issue with it. It doesn't break his fast. And he's got enough time to go and perform the ghusl.
Yeah.
And then prepare for Adhan al-Dhuhr and Asr. That's it.
That's it.
Simple, yeah.
Okay. But Sheikh, now what if with the first scenario that you mentioned, you said that it was intentionally they didn't do the ghusl. What if
Yes.
they forgot to do the ghusl?
Again, there's a discussion with the ulama that even if they forgot, they have to make up later the
Okay.
ghusl, the fast.
Yeah.
It's different than other ahkam. With the month Ramadan, even if you had janaba, let's say for 5 days, you missed it. You forgot. It happens sometimes.
Yeah.
They had, let's say, janaba at night, and he forgot to do ghusl. And it came up to 3-4 days, and he remembered. He needs to make up those 3-4 days missed without ghusl. You have to make ghusl and then resume your fast. And you have to make up those fasts that you made fast without doing the ghusl. You must make sure that you enter the Fajr time with pure body from Hadath al-Akbar, the great Hadath of Janaba. That's important.
Okay, thank you very much, Shaykhna. Thank you very much. And from YouTube, did the eclipse occur in Europe?
That's what I heard. I haven't checked properly, but it seems to be it has been seen in the UK.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, thank you very much, Shaykhna. And from YouTube, Salam de Sheikh. Zayd, the son of Imam Zayn al-Abidin alayhi salam, in Al-Kafi is an authentic narration, said his father did not teach him imamah. Is this true?
The question is not clear. So the father did not teach him imam, but it doesn't make sense. So you need to make the correct pronunciation.
Make the question more clear, and inshallah the Shaykh will answer it for you. Moving on from WhatsApp, if I did not brush my teeth before starting a fast and there was some food particles left in my teeth, what's the ruling while fasting?
Just make sure that it doesn't go through inside your throat. That's important. Just keep, make sure that it doesn't go anything inside. And you can brush your teeth at the daytime in the morning, but make sure nothing goes inside. No water or toothpaste would go inside your throat. Just be careful.
Okay, understood. And from YouTube, so only words spoken on purpose in the salah will be an issue, not noises on purpose.
No, if you cough or sneeze, that's fine. I mean, noises, it could form some kind of a word, or let's say, for saying akh, for example. That's akh is like or for example, ta'awuh, as they say in Arabic. So that could be by itself a word, for example. But it's problematic. One shouldn't, say these things in salah intentionally, of course. That could cause an issue with the salah.
Okay.
But unintentionally, it happens sometimes. No, it should be fine.
Okay, understood. Thank you very much, Shaykhna. And from YouTube, I heard that in Salat al-Layl, you can recite Surah al-Tawheed 3 times if you don't know how to recite other surahs. Is this true?
Yes, for the Salat al-Witr, the last rak'ah of Salat al-Layl, the 11th rak'ah, you recite just 3 times Surah al-Tawheed, and then you raise your hands for the istighfar and for the 40 mu'min, and then 300 times al-afu and 7 times istighfar.
Okay, understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And from WhatsApp, I am a woman who suffers from PCOS. And due to this condition, my menstrual bleeding has continued for 13 days. I would like to know if I should consider this extended heavy bleeding as istihada and whether I can resume fasting and praying, or am I still in the state of haid? What are the rulings regarding this situation, please?
There's the details with this regard. It's a bit difficult to speak about it live, but there's a maximum for this days of cycle, and the rest becomes istihada. So refer back to the Masail Shar'iyya about this issue. You'll find, inshallah, the minimum is like 3 days, and then the maximum. So try to find it, inshallah, so that when it exceeds the maximum, and the rest is istihada. Yes.
Okay, understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And Sheikhna, I believe we have a phone call. Assalamu alaikum. How are you doing there, brother? You okay?
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Inshallah, you're on and also the Sheikh.
Alhamdulillah.
Assalamu wa rahmatullah.
Alaykum assalam. I believe you have a question for the Sheikh.
Yes, thank you so much.
Ask away.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna.
Alaykum assalam, ahlan.
Sheikhna, my question.
Dear brother, your sound is cutting out. Hello? We may have lost connection. Please do call us again. It seems like... Oh, back?
Yeah.
Yes, please repeat the question just a bit slower so that we can get you clearly. Go ahead.
Sheikh, my question is, if somebody wakes up for Siyam and they're in the state of Janaba, or for example, they were before Fajr, but they know, for example, the time of Fajr, so they unintentionally was in the state of Janaba during the time of Siyam, does this break their fast? And if, for example, somebody is sleeping during the time of Siyam, for example, Dhuhr, like a Qaylula, and then they become put in the state of Janaba, does that break their fast?
Okay, interesting question. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. So our dear brother is asking, of course he's called in many times, we love to hear from him. Sheikhna, our dear brother is asking, if one is in the state of janaba unintentionally and goes into fasting time, does that invalidate his fast? And also if one is sleeping throughout the time, like a little qaylula, and then becomes into the state of janaba, does that invalidate his fast?
The second question, as I've said now a couple of minutes ago, that if the janaba happens after Salat al-Fajr while you sleep, then that's fine. You just wake up, go to the bath, do the ghusl, and continue with your prayers and supplications. The issue is if it's between the Sahar time and the Fajr time, that's the problem. That if you remain with the janaba till Fajr adhan, your fast will be void, intentionally, of course. In this case, you have to refrain from eating and drinking, and then after the month Ramadan, make up later this day as qada. I think, is that the question?
Yes, that is. Perfect. Thank you very much, Sheikhna, for answering that, and thank you very much to our dear caller for calling in. Once again, we love to hear from him. To all the other dear viewers, do call in as well, just like our dear brother called in. He got his answers straight away. He got his questions answered straight away. So do call in. All you need to do is call in with the number shown below over here, 0203 515 0199, or with this number over here, 0741 509 2155, which is where you can send in your questions via WhatsApp, or as a shortcut, you've got the QR code which you can scan over here, which will take you to our WhatsApp, which is where you can also send in your questions. Or if you're watching on YouTube, you can send in your questions in the comment section. And in all three scenarios, the Sheikh will answer you. Sheikhna, from WhatsApp, if are we allowed to have a pet animal, pet dog in particular, as a pet in the house?
The ulama discuss about buying and selling impure items, and one of them is the dog and pig. So unless there's a useful purpose for it, then that's fine. And I've said before, ulama discuss about having a dog for the farm, for the garden, for the cattle. You have sheep, herds. It's a shepherd. He needs the dog to deal with the sheep and so forth, protect the sheep from the foxes and wolves. That kind of thing is something reasonable. So it has to be reasonable. It's not just I want to have a dog for fun. Some would not accept it because you cannot own something impure. There's no value for the one to buy and sell impure stuff unless there's a logical or rational reason for them. Otherwise, it's problematic.
Okay, understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And from YouTube, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Any a'mal or activities that you recommend and for daily activities?
In terms of, if you mean supplications, definitely I would recommend reciting Surah Yasin every day for anxiety, depression. For the one who are obsessive, they have waswasa. Surah Yasin, and it's recommended for the one to recite. I think more than 50 ayah or something. It's mentioned something. There's a minimum to recite if you can, 50 ayahs a day. Give or take. So that's one of them to do with Holy Quran. And then you have the daily dua of the day of Monday, Tuesday. It's all mentioned in marājiʿ and other books of ad'iyah. There's ziyarah of every day. There's a ziyarah for Ahlul Bayt. Ziyarah of Saturday for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Sunday for Ali alayhi salam and Fatima alayhi salam, and so forth. You have, in general, istighfar day and night 100 times. So the rest you can find in dua, kitab al-ad'iyah like Mafatih al-Jinan. Lots of ad'iyah, especially the ad'iyah, the supplications after each salah, very important. Try to stick with these mustahabbat after salah. They call it ta'qibat, that you perform these ta'qibat after each salah. And don't just walk away. As soon as you say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, you turn your face and you go away. No, stay on your sajjadah, on your prayer mat. Tasbih al-Zahra alayhi salam, very recommended. And then afterwards, the dua of for each salah. It won't take more than 5 minutes, the whole thing.
Yeah, of course. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. Thank you very much. And from WhatsApp, a follow-up to the question above, the question regarding the the discharge and invalidating the fast. They've got a follow-up to that question. The question is, if the pre-cum contains some of little semen, does that invalidate the fast? Although ejaculation of semen was not done, maybe the pre-cum would have some element of semen. What's the ruling here?
There are specific signs for the ejaculation, so those who have seen or have felt it, they know about it. As I've said, with lust and so forth, there's special signs for it. They know about it. So the pre is different than the after. The post.
Yeah.
The pre from the post. So they both have different signs.
Okay, understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And from WhatsApp, a follow-up to another question. The question being, let me just scroll up here. The question regarding the food particles in your teeth. They have a follow-up question. The question being, what if I was not sure if I swallowed any food particles or piece of toothpick stuck in my teeth? Does that invalidate my fast?
If you don't know, then it's fine. There's no issue. Nothing.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And from WhatsApp, if a woman wants to pray but keeps involuntarily passing gas frequently, does this invalidate her wudu each time?
As I've said before, for those who have such issues, or those who have issues with continuous drops of nastajib blood, urination, and they have a bag or something to protect it, some ulama would say that in such cases they have to have a water next to them, next to the prayer mats, and as soon as they feel that feeling, they have to perform the wudu. They stop their salah, perform the wudu, and then continue with their salah. It depends on who you follow in this regard. It depends, yeah.
They actually follow up, Sheikh. They say that she has not been diagnosed with any medical condition. But this issue happens repeatedly for her, making it difficult for her to maintain wudu throughout the prayer. And they say, since it's not in her control, does that mean that she falls within the ruling of someone with a continuous excuse, which is ma'dur, allowing her to perform one wudu per prayer time, or must she renew her prayer, her wudu every time passing wind is passed?
If she can, I mean, I don't know how occasion or frequent she would have this issue happening. If it's every 5 minutes, then if she can pray very fast and quick without mustahabbat, just perform the wajib and try to finish the salah within 3 minutes, she has to do this. So she can't really make all the mustahabbat and then delay the salah.
Yeah.
So as long as she does all the wajib within these few minutes, she has to do them.
Okay.
And just forget the mustahabbat.
Okay. Thank you very much, Sheikhna, for clearing that up for us. And from YouTube, Salaam alaikum, dear Sheikh. The hadith that if it wasn't for Fatima alayhi salam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would not have made Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi or Ali alayhi salam. Can you confirm with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as a witness this hadith is sahih?
Yes, indeed. وَلَوْلَا فَاطِمَةَ لَمَا خَلَقْتُكُمَا. You see, it's a chain of connection. You know, it's the axis of khair, the axis of blessing, the axis which is based on this creation, upon this creation. Without these three people and individuals, Allah would have created the whole world. As I've said before, without Muhammad or Ali Muhammad, Allah would have not created anything in this world. But because of them, because of their greatness, their status, their position, their sacrifice, their obedience, their full submission to the utmost level of submission, Allah Azza wa Jalla created the humanity and the world and everything in this world because of them.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sheikhna, for answering that question. And thank you very much, Sheikhna, for being with us today and answering all the questions. To all the dear viewers, we have been cut short. This is the end of the episode. We do apologize to all the other viewers if we did not manage to answer your questions. Do send in your questions tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. and inshallah the Sheikh will be here once again to answer your questions live. Again, after this episode, you will be able to see the Imam Hussein charity and the many different packages and campaigns that they have during this holy month. So do support them as much as possible, as much as you can, and do donate as much as you can, and inshallah you can make change around the world. Also, do support us, the Imam Hussein TV 3. All you need to do is donate towards www.imamhussein3.tv/donate. Your support will go towards the TV channel, the different TV programs. So your support means a lot to us, and you can be part of the mission, that is Imam Hussein TV 3. Also, you can donate towards the Zainabiyya complex. Zainabiyya complex is a brand new building that we are in the process of acquiring. Each and every one of your donations will go towards building a whole new set, a whole new building entirely. If you donate, all you need to do is go to www.ihtv.co/HQ, and inshallah you can also be a part of the mission, that is Imam Hussein TV 3. Also, follow us on our many different accounts, including our Instagram account at Ahkam SOS for all exclusive content. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Imam Hussein TV 3 for all new shows and episodes. And inshallah, we see you tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. live. Fi amanillah. From hard-hitting, insightful discussions
Because when I come to the hadith, I look for
to shows for the whole family.
Welcome
to 7 steps to heaven. Yes.
To shows that keep you on the edge of your seats.
The winner is Mullah Ali Zuhairi.
To live streams from the holy city of Karbala. There is something for everyone on Imam Hussein TV. Your gateway to Karbala.
I think it's everyone's dream to work and serve the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam.